Tribunal's blessings. Watch yourself here in Taldaic. Discipline isn't what it used to be, but that doesn't mean you can start trouble.
You hear about Master Celos? Poor bastard got it in his sleep. They're still looking for the guy that did it. Just goes to show...
I don't think I received your tribute today. Pay up.
So who's this, walking into the fortress? Customers are always welcome.
This fox is evil. Word of her plague has spread to the north. We came from Eastmarch to help our pact allies.
Stop, traveler. None may enter the Hollow without the express permission of Lady Almalexia. We believe Magistrix Vox is holed up in the caves here, but we don't have enough troops to go in after her, or stop her if she tries to fight her way out.
Dithisi pays me well to make sure there's no trouble. So do me a favor, and don't start any.
Justice knows no sleep. Neither does profit. When there's trouble, prices go up. That's why I'm here.
It must be a relief not to have Titanborn following you around like a lost puppy. Head to Knife Ear Grotto in the eastern mountains of Deshan. I will meet you. Was there any doubt?
King of worms!
I can and I shall. Where is the Amulet of Kings?
You cannot break the will of a son of Yakuda. I spit on you.
So, Sai-Sahan is alive and he has not been broken. An important piece of the puzzle, to be sure, but where is he being kept? This place smells worse than the harborage.
Shin El Adabal, the amulet of the Kings of Glory, an artifact of the Divines, a badge of office for the ruling emperors of Cyrodiil, and the key to my ascendancy. Yet it eludes me. Exploiting its power to bring about the calamity of our age was intoxicating. It made me aware of the limitless possibilities available to one strong enough and fearless enough to use it to achieve his own ends. The amulet has the power to create or destroy, but it also has the power to undo the damage caused by the Soul Burst, to mend the tear in the barrier between Nirn and Oblivion. I must recover it before some fool fixes that which must remain broken.
He knows of our plan to use the amulet to set things right. We must rescue Sai Sahan before he can be broken.
The Red Guard's iron will cannot be overcome with standard interrogation techniques. Physical tortures appear to be useless. I have therefore instructed the Daedra to move Sai Sahan into the Halls of Torment. The Duchess will be most pleased to have a new guest. His flesh is strong, but perhaps her tortures of the mind will break him. I have come too far to allow this upstart sword master to thwart my plans. I will find the amulet, one way or another.
This is the information we've been looking for. It's about time. Let's get started. At last, Sai-Sahan has been taken to the Halls of Torment. Oh yes, it's Cold Harbor's most nefarious prison. The Daedra in the Halls of Torment reach deep into the dark places of a prisoner's mind and torture them with apparitions of the things they most dread. It's an effective tactic. The Daedra mock our emotional attachments and the memories that form our sense of self. Daedra have no use for such things. They are immortal. It's impossible to kill Daedra. They simply reform over time. Of course I can. I am Abner Tharn. But first, I have a bit more research to do. Go back to the Harbridge and tell Varen what we've discovered. I'll meet you there once I've made the necessary preparations.
There you are. It's about time you got here. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you to arrive for days now. Hold on. Are you all they sent? Didn't the Tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Circa Mora, the Cirque. The Lotus Plague reached us right before the Malborn arrived. They claim they're here to help, but I don't trust them. In all the confusion, I'm embarrassed to admit that I lost track of my brother, Dethisum. He's the town consul. Yesterday he went to check on the townsfolk afflicted by the plague, but he's disappeared. Can you help me find my brother? Someone in town must know what happened to Dethisum. He loves to visit and chat with all of our neighbors. Come on. The sooner we find my brother, the sooner I can start thinking about dealing with the plague. Oh, by Bavek! Where are my manners, of course? That's the least I can do since you agreed to help me find my brother. What would you like to know? As the ranking member of House Redoran in this town, he's more or less the one in charge. He's good at it, too. The townsfolk look to him for leadership and advice. And truth be told, so do I. You haven't heard about the Lotus Plague? People get sick, turn violent. Some claim they become monsters, but I haven't seen it. At least not yet. The Malborn have a cure. They promised to fix this. That's why we let them set up their quarantine. The Malborn. They're a fairly new sect. As far as I can tell, part mercenary group, part compassionate charity. They've been helping those afflicted by the plague. They showed up here and set up a quarantine, and now they claim they have a cure. They have members from across Morrowind. and they're always looking for new recruits. I heard one of them speak in Kraganmore. A lot of nonsense, if you ask me. Nostrum Breva is in charge of the quarantine, and she's the one handing out the curative.
The three must have sent the Malborn to help us. They're so kind and generous.
My wife's been helping out since she arrived. She's sick, but she still goes out of her way to lend a hand.
Grell! Grell, are you in here?
Brave little Screw, do you know how to swim?
Grell, please! We're your friends! What in Oblivion's name happened to him? Let's get out of here. Uncle, are you all right? You look so pale. No wonder my brother wouldn't let me come by to visit.
Don't worry about me. I'll be back on my feet in no time. But what about you? Your brother said that neither of you had taken the curative yet.
Uncle, I'm not sure about these Malborn, and their curative sounds too good to be true, but don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself.
I see Arona has conscripted a new soldier into her private army. Is Dethisum missing? He was by yesterday for a visit. I know he had other stops to make. He did seem concerned about the Malborn, though. Sealing themselves in their quarantine, no longer providing the curative. It made him furious. My niece's visit was more than enough. I feel better already. Besides, I've overcome worse ailments than a queasy stomach and a bad cough. I'll be fine. A good conversation is like a hot bowl of guar liver soup. It soothes the aches that ail you. What did you want to ask? Well, I think it was 12 mornings ago. The day the wild Nix got into the brooding elf's trash receptacles. Nostrum Breva had the quarantine up in a matter of days. Then she started distributing the curative. They call it the Lodos Plague. Maybe Vivek knows where it came from, but I certainly don't. I can tell you that it's going to have to try harder if it really wants to kill me. Or turn me into some kind of monster, if you can believe the stories. I am a blood kin of House Rederum, if that's what you're asking. More a third cousin twice removed, if you want to be specific. But I've been close to Erona and her family since she and Dithisum were children.
What was my brother thinking? Keeping Uncle's condition from me? When we find Dithisum, he's going to get a piece of my mind. Right after I give him a good swift kick. Protect me? What a ridiculous notion. Who saved him from the rampaging Nixes? Who kept those drunk Argonians from beating him silly? And who scared off Lady Hlalu when she got so very tenacious? That would be me.
Those damn Malborn stink flies. They refuse to give us the curative just because they call us lizards and look down upon us. So we'll take the curative as soon as we can find any.
Please go away. It hurts to talk. By the three, this place smells terrible.
Vivek, curse you, thief! God! Oh, look at me. I'm a terrible mess. You really must excuse my dreadful appearance. I haven't been feeling very well lately. By the way, you haven't seen Nostrum Breva, have you? She promised to bring me more of the Malborn curative. Dithisum, the town consul? Such a nice young man. Why, I do recall that he came to see me yesterday. He said he had other townsfolk to check on, but that he would bring me a curative as soon as he could. The curative? Remarkable stuff. Tastes awful, but wipes the plague right out of your system. One of those delightful Malborn gave me one a few days ago. Nostrum Breva, she called herself. But I think I need another dosage.
The sicker people get, the more incoherent they become, and now it looks like the rumors are true. The Lotus Plague does turn people into monsters. I don't think we're ever gonna find my brother. The quarantine? I guess it makes sense that Dithisum would want to go see what the Malborn are doing in there. And I've yet to see any evidence that the curative works. All right, if you want to go to the quarantine, I'll go with you. The Malborn set up the quarantine around the old graveyard. In the beginning, they were letting people inside and freely distributing the curative, but they closed the front gate a few days ago and haven't responded to any of our requests. Dithisum provided them with the old graveyard key when they first arrived, and I've seen Malborn coming and going through the back gate. If we go to the back gate, I'm sure we can get one of the Malborn to let us inside. Hey! What are you idiots doing? Do we look like plague husks to you? Look, it's just like I told you. Hey! What are you idiots doing? Do we look like plague husks to you? Split up! That. They attacked us. And for no good reason. Let's find the key and see what the Mulborn are hiding in there. Plague husks? Here? Where did they all come from? Are these really all the people that came here looking for help? They barely look like dark elves anymore, and it's hard to tell one plague husk from another. What could the Mulborn be doing out here? And for what purpose? And what do you suppose was in all those crates? When the Mulborn arrived, they brought dozens of crates and boxes with them. I thought they were supplies for making their curative, but now that we're in here, I don't know what to believe. Look over there.
You
That's
have
one
to
of the
open those
Mulborn.
gates eventually,
One of
you
the husks
Swiss.
must have gotten him.
What are they up to in there? And why won't they let me get a look at their curative? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you standing there through the haze of my indignation. Can I help you? No, wait. You can help me. I'm the town alchemist, and I want to get a sample of the Mulborn curative. They refused to give me any. Proprietary formula, they said. Well, I want to figure out what's in this miracle elixir. I don't trust anything labeled proprietary. Do you always skip ahead in the story? No one has an iota of patience anymore. But yes, I need a few bottles of the curative. I'm sure you'll be able to find some inside the quarantine. Then we'll see what's in this proprietary formula. Just watch your step in there. I don't trust these Mulborn or their good intentions. As long as you promise to collect the curatives as soon as we're done, ask away. Not much. They say they're here to help, but they certainly don't act like any charitable caregivers I ever met. I don't trust them. Which is why I want to find out what's in the curative they're pushing on the populace. There's not much to tell. They claim the elixir is a cure for the Lodos plague, but I haven't seen anyone recover from the illness yet. But I could tell you more once you get me a few samples of the curative to examine. I'm an alchemist. I took over for Arnis when he retired. I also have a bit of training as a healer. Before the Mulborn arrived, I was the one the townsfolk came to see when they got sick.
By the three, this place
Don't come any
chills me to the
closer.
bones.
I don't want you to get the plague. I'm waiting for my next dosage of curative. 1 or 2 more doses, and I expect to be back on my feet in no time.
Don't touch anything, and try not to breathe too deeply. The affliction, it's everywhere. The plague, it's in the air and the water. It's even on your skin. Crawling, burrowing, getting deep inside. Do you understand? It's not safe, and they're watching us.
All right then. Now I feel icky all over.
Please. More curative. I need more curative. The Nostrum. She comes and she goes. I don't think the curative is really helping, but she said I need to get ill before I get better. It feels like I'm burning up.
Those Nyx fleas promised they would help. They promised they had a cure.
As soon as I get well, I'm going to join the Malborn. I want to help others, just as they helped me.
I feel wrong. Not just sick. Something's very wrong.
We should never have trusted the Moldborn. It seems like the curative isn't really a curative at all. It might even be the source of the Lotus Plague. The Moldborn planned this. I thought they were here to help. I knew we shouldn't have trusted them or their promised miracle cure. Tethisa, my brother, what happened to you? By the three, I fear the plague consumes you, brother.
Arona, what are you doing here? It's not safe.
The Moldborn attacked us, and the afflicted are turning into plague husks. Oh, Tethisa, this is dreadful.
The Moldborn are spreading the plague. For some reason, they want everyone to become afflicted. They're not healers. They're monsters. The Lodos Plague. I have no idea why. But it's clear to me that the Moldborn curative is actually the source of the disease. Whatever they're planning, you have to stop them. That's not important. Get my sister out of here and stop the Moldborn. Destroy the so-called curative and put an end to that mad woman, Nostrum Breva. Then convince her. I'm too far gone. I don't want to become one of those things and hurt my sister. Besides, you are as hard-headed and stubborn as my sister. Vivek, damn you. Fine. Do what you must. But if the unthinkable occurs, I expect you to stop me before I hurt anyone.
Tethisa, you swit. We're not leaving without you.
I hope you know what you're doing. I could become a plague husk at any moment.
My decision is final. Besides, you're sick, and your judgment can't be trusted. I'll get us out of here while our friend deals with the Moldborn. I'll get my brother out of here. Thank you for helping me find him. I know you can take care of yourself, just make sure you give these Moldborn a taste of their own bad medicine. For me.
We need to get these traits to Narcissus as soon as possible. All right, we're done here. Pack everything up. We need to regroup with the other Moldborn cadres and deliver this plague to the rest of Deshan. The next one of you to drop a calf gets fed to the plague husks! You can't stop the Morborn, you fool! We are the cleansing fire that burns across Morrowind!
Were you able to acquire any samples of the Molborn curative? I'm really curious to see what the elixir is made of. I've been watching the townsfolk who received the curative and came to the same conclusion. But I'll be able to tell for sure after I analyze the elixir. Take this. It isn't much, but I'm sure you didn't have too much trouble in there. Thanks for your help. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some alchemical wizardry to perform.
Glad to see you managed to make it out of the quarantine too. Does that mean those Molborn fetchers have been dealt with? Not well. Alchemist Naline fancies herself something of a healer, and she's been working with the Thisum and the other afflicted. Hopefully she'll devise a treatment for them soon. Some. She seems confident at least. But what do I know of drafts and elixirs? But tell me, Do you think the Moleborn pose a threat to the rest of Deshawn? That's what I'm thinking as well. But maybe your efforts were enough to put an end to all that. For now, at least, the Cirque is safe. Take this as a thank you for helping us. The Moleborn have been dealt with, but I could use a little more of your help if you don't mind. It's my brother. He's still ill and his condition has taken a turn for the worse. Nalene is working to develop some kind of treatment, but she could use your assistance. She can't work at her alchemy table and also gather the components she needs. Talk to Nalene. Let her know I ask you to assist her. She can be a little aloof, but she'll tell you what she needs you to do.
I'm glad to see you and Arona were successful. That young woman's got more guts than she knows what to do with, but I can't fault her intentions. Yes, thank you, and I feel better as well. I guess I really didn't have the Loder's Plague after all.
Yes? Nice to see you again, but I'm kind of in the middle of something here. Did she? Well, I suppose I do. There are a few additives I require, but I can't very well walk away from my table. The Thesim and the rest of the townsfolk need my skills. Even this interruption can prove disastrous where alchemy is concerned. I need Kind's Heart healing herbs, sour milk tea, and dragon scale mushrooms. The innkeeper usually has healing herbs. Grell Flan loved sour milk tea, and Sorel Tatus had a taste for exotic mushrooms. You should find what I need in those locations.
Have any beds become available? My lord is terribly ill.
It's times like these when I wish I had more help around here. Is there something I can get you? Well, I might have some around here someplace, but Kind's Heart is very rare and valuable. I can make a fair bit of gold if I hold out for the right price. What? Why didn't you say so? I owe Dethesa more than I could ever repay. Plus, he's always been a good customer. Please, take this. It's all I have left.
Don't worry, my lord. I'll make sure you get a dose of the curative. is terrible.
I hope Nili...
The situation is the same as it was the last time you inquired. You're welcome to remain here, or feel free to move into the next hall for a hot meal and a cool drink.
Don't worry, my boy. I'll make sure you get a dose of the curative.
You'll pay, son! Dead! Wait! Don't let that fetcher get away! Hey! What did you do that for? Calm the guards. We can talk after.
I do not give wanted criminals the time of day.
Where did you go to get those ingredients? Windhelm? No matter. You're here now. Were you able to acquire everything on my list? Healing herbs, dragon scale mushrooms, sour milk tea. Yes, it's all here. I need to stay here and monitor my patient's condition. Go over to the alchemy table and mix those ingredients together, please. You did it? Well done. I never doubted you for an instant. Now, let me have the mixture, if you please. This appears to be perfect. I truly am impressed. Now we'll see what happens and leave the rest in the Tribunal's hands. Our friend has done well. I'm not sure this will cure the plague, but it should at least slow down its progress. All right, that's it. Visiting time is over. Everyone out and let my patient rest.
You heard the lady. Let's go wait outside.
Please, Mother Morrowind, please help Dathisan get well.
Didn't you hear what I said? Out! The patient needs time to let the potion work its magic.
Eileen knows what she's doing. Dathisan will be fine. You'll see. Waiting is the hardest part. But if we trust in the three, I'm certain everything will turn out fine.
I don't know how to thank you. Without your help, the Maulborn would have destroyed the Cirque. I know. His fate is in the Three's hands now, but he certainly has a fighting chance thanks to you. Here, take this. There's no way I can truly repay you for what you've done for the Cirque, but it's a start.
I'm happy to say that the suppressant works. It's not a cure, but it should buy me the time I need to find a way to beat the plague.
That's wonderful news. If I wasn't worried about spreading the plague, I'd kiss you right on the lips.
I must admit, your help was invaluable. It may not be a cure, but I can certainly use the suppressant to slow the progress of the plague to a crawl. Hopefully, that will give me or the healers in Mournhold time to develop a proper curative.
Narcissus must hear of this. news from the Gorge has arrived. The Maulborn have been defeated.
I'll order the merchant caravans to get back on the roads immediately.
Are we sure that's a good idea? We can't be sure the threat is really over.
I need a break.
You made it! I wasn't certain you... Well, I'm glad you're here. So, the details. We're headed to a remote patch of land called Fulstrom Homestead. It's owned by some Thane from Eastmarch. He's at war, but his staff and guards remain. We're looking for a relic called the Geovessan Skull. We slip inside the treasure room, grab our prize, and depart before anyone knows the difference. After that, we split the proceeds and go our separate ways. One more thing. I'd prefer not to spill any blood, but I leave our safety to your discretion. If a guard sees you, take shelter in a hiding spot. Sound good? This little tub will get us to a blockade runner offshore. They'll bring us to Fulstrom Homestead and back. I hope you don't get seasick. I get seasick. I'm sure I'll be all right. None whatsoever. Anything else you take is yours to fence. Just don't forget why we're there. We don't leave until we have the Geovessan Skull. The newest job is always the biggest job. Life of a thief. You know how it is. Well, this is the biggest job I've ever attempted. But I did the research, arranged transportation, and knew I needed a good partner to pull it off. That's why I hired you. Let's head to the manor. Quick and silent. The sentries are Windhelm Guard, on loan from someone important. If they give chase, find a hiding spot. The water between the two grates? Full of slaughterfish.
These petty criminals are such an irritation!
Disgraceful.
Are you stupid or just hard of hearing, No matter, tell it to the guard.
Guards should arrive at any moment, trespasser.
latch is a problem. One moment. It's stuck. Try lifting the gate while I turn the winch. That's it! You are good partners. You did bring lockpicks, didn't you?
Guards catch you.
Lockpicks won't work on those doors. Some sort of mechanism, maybe? Whoa! That's one clever thing, but not clever enough.
Those tumblers must be the way inside. If we match the proper combination, the door should unlock. I heard a click. Come on, let's go find the Geovesan skull. There it is. It's shiny.
Surrender, thief! The manor is surrounded. Today the Iron Wheel brings you to justice.
What? Who are you?
Chief Inspector Ranbeek. We foiled your attempt to steal the Geovesan skull. Will you also confess to stealing Magnifica Falora's dowry?
What's a Falora?
See? It doesn't matter. Return the Geovesan skull and surrender, or face the consequences.
No idea what he means. I'll follow your lead. Wake up, partner! We need to get out of here. Who was that? What was all that about, with dowries and iron wheels? Nobody. Well, I sent word to the Thieves' Guild of Abar's Landing. They were interested in acquiring the Geovesan skull. Abar's Landing was to be our next stop. But why would this iron wheel set an ambush here? Are you certain you've never heard of them? Of course, you're right. The Iron Wheel could return at any moment. We need to get out of here, and fast. Wait, did you hear that? There's someone coming. Who are you?
You don't know me yet, but I'm a friend. Quen, isn't it? Put on this uniform and head outside. The Iron Wheel won't detain a Windhelm guard.
There's no way I'm leaving here without my partner.
I only had one uniform. Go on, recover your boat and meet us by the catacomb exit. Then we can return to the Thieves Guild in Abba's Landing.
You're from the Thieves Guild? All right. I'll meet you both by the exit. Good luck, partner.
She'll be fine. Looks like we take the dangerous way around. Didn't realize there were two of you. Next time the Iron Wheel springs a trap, I'll bring another uniform. I walk softly, and we're currently fleeing the Iron Wheel. We can talk about the details once we've actually fled. Oh, what are your thoughts on spiders? When I was posing as one of the manor's guards, one of the actual guards mentioned these old catacombs, said there were a basket full of spiders. Unless that's an obscure Nord expression, I'm guessing he meant actual spiders. Nothing we should discuss right here. But I promise, as soon as we've escaped the Iron Wheel, I'll answer your questions. I'm Walk Softly, and we're currently... Did I mention I'm afraid of spiders? Probably should have mentioned. I'll keep it under control. Look, a crypt! Nothing bad ever happens in a crypt. Stay away from the pointy bits! On the bright side, these only have 4 limbs. Or me. Us. Let's share the blame. That's not good. Look out! Are we running? No? All right then! Follow me. We're almost there.
I don't think they saw
Are you
me.
all right? You're greener than my favorite vest.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Could have lived my entire life without running through a spider pit. But we made it through. You'll make a real impression in Abba's Landing. The Thieves Guild. And my guildmaster, who can explain why the Iron Wheel thinks you deserve the same fate they've inflicted upon us. It's an unpleasant fate. It involves branding irons. You are your own master, but the Iron Wheel is relentless, and they know your face. They know your partner's face, too. So, tell me where we're all headed? I suggest Abba's Landing as soon as you're able. When you're up to it, we'll head to the Thieves' Den. It's in an old cistern.
Oh, a cistern. Wonderful. I'm to be surrounded by water everywhere I go.
Always a pleasant journey to Abba's Landing. Head to our thieves' den. The guildmaster awaits. Your partner and I will be along when she's less expulsive. Always hidden within an old cistern that's long forgotten by the city's merchant lords. A new home for us after the Iron Wheel tore apart the old one. It's a bit damp. You get used to it.
Oh, think I'll stay here for a bit. Don't want to decorate the Guildmaster's boots. Yes, I'll be fine. Don't keep the Guildmaster waiting on my account.
If you pay your bounty like a good criminal, maybe we'll meet later. We could talk.
Gold for a miserable wreck. No, that's wrong. Wreck? Wretch? Oh, I give up. Why do I even bother? I'm the worst beggar ever to walk the streets of Abba's Landing. Whatever shall I do?
What?
What do you want?
Arms for the favor of the three?
The Guildmaster is expecting you. Go on in.
Don't look away.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Spencer Rye, at your service. I have a friendly arrangement with the Thieves Guild. We're business adjacent, you might say.
You've been busy, my friend. Rest and reap your bounty.
Over here. We should speak. Walk Softly sent word of your time at Fulstrom Homestead. Said you slipped out from between the Iron Wheel's greedy fingers. I am, but call me Zira. Titles don't carry weight when you live in a cistern. Pretty bold of you and Quen to go after the Geovessen's skull. Did you know she sent a letter asking to set up a meet? Rookie mistake. The Iron Wheel read her mail. That's why I sent Walk Softly to pull you out. Don't get me wrong, Quen may be green, but she planned a real heist. The kind we used to pull off before the Iron Wheel captured or killed most of us. Bastards. You heard of Magnifica Flora? She's a noble from Tanith, with a substantial dowry in her family tomb. We tried to steal it, but we failed, and she hired the Iron Wheel to punish us. I hear their leader thought you worked for us. Want to make it official? If the great Chief Inspector Ron Beek thinks you're part of the guild, who am I to disagree? We need good thieves, capable thieves like you and Quen to pull ourselves out of the gutter. So, care to join the Thieves Guild? We have nowhere to go but up. Good. You aren't afraid of a challenge. The more you do for us, the more gold and respect you'll earn. Reputation goes a long way with us. I told you about our failed heist, the one that led the Iron Wheel to Abba's Landing. Someone pointed them in our direction. It's time we found out exactly who it was. My gold is on Velsa. She was part of our Thieves' Council, the Guild's inner circle, but she retired just before the dowry heist. It might be coincidence, or it might be she sold us out for large stacks of coin. That's what I'd like to find out. You and I should pay her a visit, see if the Iron Wheel funds her retirement. There's a breach in the city wall, outside the flooded district. Meet me there when you're ready. Thieves should always travel separately. Advice from Nicholas. Good advice. Our old guildmaster, a mentor and a friend. He planned the dowry heist that would have seen us wealthy beyond our dreams. But he's gone. I lost him in Magnifica Flora's family tomb. He is sorely missed. Said she'd earned enough for a lifetime, handed over her rackets and told us to leave her alone. We'd see her in the markets now and again. She kept to herself. Fine by me. Coral underclothes are less abrasive.
Care to earn a little extra coin on the side? It's for a good... I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Spencer Rye, at your... Rye's Reacquisitions. I track down items that have gone missing. As you might expect, quite a bit turns up here, but I specialize in objects of purely sentimental value. My finder's fee for the guild is usually well above the item's material worth. Always. When something gets well and truly lost, it occasionally requires a bit more adventure than I can stomach. I post those jobs on the notice board outside, but since you're here now, I think I have something you might fancy. An old sailor is mourning the loss of his favorite wooden pipe during a scuffle with some pirates. If you track it down, he's offering a surprisingly good sum for its return. Just bring it back to me. I'll handle the delivery, and you'll be paid on the spot. I'll be waiting just outside the cistern in the alleyways. You can find me there anytime you're looking for a bit of work on the side.
This is very, very bad.
Ah!
I have little time for talk.
Traps everywhere. Can't fall asleep.
The Iron Wheel? Here? Are they protecting Belsa? What's this? A message to Chief Inspector Rambeek? Let's see what it says. Damn it. Damn it! Change of plans. You need to see this. This message is to Chief Inspector Rambeek. It's about an arrest order. Belsa's arrest order. She isn't working with the Iron Wheel. She's their next target. Belsa was the last living person who could have placed the Iron Wheel on our trail. But it wasn't her. Of course it wasn't. Now I need to tell my least favorite person she's in mortal danger. I can't stand her, but she was always one of our best. I could really use her help in restoring the Thieves Guild. My eye just twitched. You need to control that around Belsa. Never show her your tell. I want to rush in, give the Iron Wheel a reason to fear us. But I'm in charge, and if I'm captured, the Thieves Guild is dead. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I need to fall back to the den while you warn Belsa. Show her the Iron Wheel's message. Tell her Nicholas is dead if you have to. Do what you can to bring her to the den. But if she refuses, leave her. I owe her a warning. Nothing more. Head to the upper levels and search for her villa. It's a bit of a maze, but look for a big garden. And watch for traps. Belsa is enthusiastic about her privacy. Obnoxious and dripping with poison, just like her personality. If she hadn't retired, Nicholas would still be alive. I shouldn't say that. She's very good at what she does. If she'd been around for the dowry heist, we'd have been spared all this tragedy. But now's not the time to open old wounds.
Please, I need to buy food. mercy.
And you are?
Well, sir, do not make me beg. It
is unbecoming of our most profitable history.
And who is this, Silverclaw? Who else befouls my garden?
In all truthfulness, I have no knowledge. A friend? But you have no friends. Beyond my humble and mercantile self, of course.
Is that terrible smell?
You made it past my traps. You're lucky, stupid, or quite skilled. I haven't decided which. Well, my garden needs tending. Out with it, and be on your way. What thieves' guild? The Iron Will killed or branded the lot of them. Did your illustrious guildmaster send you? Tell Nicholas if he shows his face here, I'd have a mind to slap it. With a switch. Covered in nettles. Then he finally went through with his damned fool heist. So, Guildmaster Zira sends a warning, does she? Nicholas barely in the ground, and she seeks to uproot my retirement? The old cistern? Zira wouldn't warn me unless she wanted something. And I would like to see the quality of recruits she allows into her thieves' den. Very well. Help me repay a favor, and I'll play Zira's vastly inferior game. This is where you agree. Ah, you showed interest. I'll consider that your agreement. The skittish Khajiit pretending not to eavesdrop is Silverclaw. Ask him why he needs our help. Meet me behind his old warehouse, after you know what you're walking into.
The Thieves Guild restored to Abar's Landing? I am most grateful for your timely and unexpected assistance. You see, my bountiful warehouse was taken from me by some conniving and nefarious individual. That is the question I keep asking myself. One day I arrived to find unfamiliar guards. They chased me from my own warehouse like a common dragon frog. Someone must have bribed my overseers. It does not matter. I need you to recover what was lost. What? No! Did I fail to mention the ledger hidden in my old office? I may have lost my warehouse, but the ledger is worth twice that entire rickety building. If you help Velsa restore it to me, I shall be most grateful to the Thieves Guild. Then I shall look forward to our next most auspicious meeting.
Who finished off my jug of rot left?
You're as welcome here as a Horvor in
Guards
heat.
on their way.
Guard!
Best get out before they clear you out.
You're here, and relatively unskewered. Next is the significantly harder part. First, we sneak into the warehouse. Next, we observe our surroundings. Finally, and this is the most important part, you do exactly what I tell you to do. Good, you can take direction. Did he tell you it's packed with dirt on merchants throughout Abba's Landing? How will Zira react when I bring her a grateful Silverclaw and his insidious ledger? I do hope it makes her eye twitch. Follow me. Keep quiet. A fool braying orders to lackeys. I meant Guildmaster Zira. But yes, we'll need to get past that overseer to reach Silverclaw's old office. First, you'll wait for me to get into position. Then you'll distract him so I can knock him on the head. Here, take this stink apple. An alchemically infused apple. Throw it hard enough and it breaks open, surrounding your enemy with a rancid bouquet of boiled netch farts. Try not to miss. Make your way past the guards. Silverclaw hid the ledger in his old office. We'll meet there. Now wait until I'm in position, then throw the stink apple.
Lift with your legs, not your back, you fool! What the? Sure spawns the stench!
This way. Hurry!
I called the guards, and they're on their way.
No more warnings. Get out! guard will be here any second. Last chance.
I've summoned the guard.
No more warnings. Get out! The guard knows how to deal with the likes of you.